It is time for the next block of the fireworks finale. Sew along.
It's going to be great. So Audra and Bonnie, take it away.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the fireworks finale Sew Along from Missouri Star Quilt Company. I'm Bonnie.
And I'm Audra from Sew Dreamy Studio, and today we are doing month 3, which is the Blooming Star block.
I love this block because your eyes can go in a lot of different directions and it'll look totally different in different fabrics, so it's a lot of fun to do. You'll also see a lot of similarities to what we did in block 1. So we'll start off. You want to grab your fabric K and your background 2 by 2.5 by 10 inch rectangle and sew it together down one of the long sides.
And as always, keep your fabric key handy to make sure you always are using the right fabrics. But if you've organized like we said in our Getting Started guide, everything should be pretty easily accessible. All right, there you go.
All right. Then you're going to take that strip and cut it into 2.5 inch sections.
The 10-inch square ruler from Missouri Star is designed in that it's great for righties and lefties. So sometimes when you see it and it has a lot of numbers on it, it's because it's good for all the people, even like the ambidextrous ones.
What you're ending up with are 2.5 inch squares sewed together, and we're going to press that open. Let me see, just open. A lot of open pressing on this one.
I think I'm going to learn to love open pressing by the time we're done.
All right. Then you're going to take this unit with your background square to the left, and then you're going to have a 2 by 4.5 fabric K rectangle, and you're going to sew that to the bottom.
At your service, madame.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
All right, we're going to press it towards the rectangle. All right. You'll now have this block put together, and you should have your background square in your upper left-hand corner. And now you should have 2 additional background 2.5 inch squares on which you've drawn diagonal lines. And you're going to place them in the upper right corner with your diagonal running left to right, and the lower left corner also with the diagonal running left to right, and you're going to sew on those lines.
I almost put my pens in my mouth, which is a really bad habit. We're not going to do that on camera. All right. There you go.
All right, and then again we're going to measure 1/4 inch, cut off those corners. And press them towards the corners.
Yep. That's it.
And just like that, you have one of your blocks units for this block completed. So you'll be making 3 more for the corners in your block.
And those are referred to in the pattern as the corner units.
Corner units.
Corner units.
Okay, now we're going to make the side units. So you're going to grab one of your let's see how big this is, 4.5 inch square. And again, you're going to have 2.5 inch squares on which you've drawn diagonals as well. So in this case, you're going to start out with 1 in each corner, diagonals running left to right.
I swear my on-camera sewing is my worst sewing. I'm convinced of it. Just come watch me when I'm sewing at home and no one's around. I promise it's way better.
And once again, we're going to cut off our corners with a 1/4 inch seam. And again, we will press towards the corners. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite corners.
Okay. I do like this. Do you ever do like the squish with your nails? Like you just kind of scudge it over a little bit,
Yeah.
just to make sure it's like right where you want it. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. Come here, thread. All right, and there you go.
Okay, and same thing again. 1/4 inch seam allowance, cut off your corners. Press them open. Go towards the corners. And like that, you have your second block done. So you'll take these, and that's all you need for this one. You need 4 of these units.
Corner unit.
Corner units, sorry, 4 of the side units, and then your center piece. And like we did in Unit 1, you'll line them up just like it's shown in your pattern. Just make sure all your points are headed in the right direction according to your pattern, and sew them together row by row, and your block 3 is done.
And then I have my scrappy version, which you can see have similar color values, but have a very different look because of the lighter background. I still kept the light blues. I still kept darker blues in these corners, but it's offset by the white background, and still kept the red in the center. But it gives a very different look, but keeps that same blooming star feel, and you still get to have your eye dance around the block. This is where those pinwheel units that we made last month in month 2 will start to come back into play and start to create our assembled units. What's great about a sew along like this over 6 months is you're really putting the whole quilt together over those 6 months. So by the time we get to month 6, it'll just be like super, super easy. We are going to be showing our completed units from month 3 in the Facebook group, because then we'll have all of them done at the same time. But as a little teaser, we're going to show you how they're going to come together. So Mom, why don't you put yours next to mine here? And so here are our blooming stars. On the top of the blooming star is going to be your BE unit. Yep. And it's going to go like this. And on the bottom of your blooming star is going to be your large pinwheel unit. So at the end of month 3, you will have 4 units assembled like this, ready to continue to carry over throughout your project.
Be sure to share your pictures of your completed blocks on the Quilted Stitch America's 250 Facebook group.
And we're sewing right along with you, so I'll be sharing my progress along with some of my mom's progress on my social media channels as well, at So Dreamy on Instagram and So Dreamy Studio on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us and sewing along with us. We're about halfway through, which is absolutely crazy, and we appreciate you taking this journey with us. Happy sewing.
Happy sewing.